Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to try something different today and go for a walk while I'm doing my video. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys today about was a book that Biba and I are reading right now called The Leptin Theory by Mel Robbins. And in that book, there's a section I read which was really, I found interesting. And I don't know if it's something that you guys find difficult as well, but she talks about how difficult it is to make friends as an adult. It's more challenging than when you're in your youth or when you're in school. And the example that she gives, which I never really thought about, but it makes a lot of sense, is that when you're in school, like for the most part of your life, I would say from elementary school until, well, if you went to high school and you finished high school, it would be the end of high school. Or if you went to post-secondary, university, or college, it would be after that time as well. And so what she says is that because when you're growing up, everybody around you when you're in school is basically at the same stage of their life as you are. They're either the same age as you or maybe within a year or two difference in age, but they're all going through, let's say, grade 1 or grade 2 or grade 3 and so on and so forth. So everybody's kind of on the same path and they're at the same stage in life. But then when you get out of school and you graduate and then you join the workforce or you start, your first job in your first career, the people around you are of all different walks of life and different ages. The person next to you in the next cubicle could be somebody who's married and who's 40 years old and they've got children, whereas you just finished school and you're just getting your life started. Or the person could be, almost into retirement, so they've got grandkids and a whole different sort of thing where it's very difficult to find common ground and make friends and find things in common. So that's what she was saying. And for her, she said that one of her challenges was also, oh, look at the snowbank here. She said that one of her challenges was also the same thing where she moved to a new town as, she was like 40, I think she was like 40 something years old. And she said, oh, I'm having a really difficult time meeting people here. And so one of the things that she said that she did was whenever she went somewhere, let's say she went to a coffee shop, she would take the initiative to strike up a conversation with a barista or maybe somebody that she would see frequently at the coffee shop. She'd just go up to them one day and say, hey, my name is Mel, blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet you. I'm new here. And the funny thing was the next part, what she said. And what she said next was that she kept a diary or notes on the people that she met, where she met them. And it made me think when I read that, I stopped. And I was like, you know what? I do that too. And so I've been doing that for the last probably 2 years. And I think it started at the Muay Thai gym that my son and I used to, well, Marcus still goes there, but I've been taking a break from the training. And yeah, I keep a note of the people that I meet there and I write down all their names. And so what Mel is doing is she's talking about creating this, like just having the familiarity with the different people that she meets there. So then she can actually remember people's names. And when she goes in there, she knows somebody and she can actually say their name. And if you remember my other video where I said that a person's name is the sweetest sound they can hear. And what better way to remember somebody's name than actually writing it down on a list, and then when you run into them again or when you're visiting that spot, you can actually remember their name in person. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if you guys experience this, and for me it can be quite frustrating when somebody remembers your name and then you can't remember you can't remember their name. And so then you feel bad, you're like, oh shit, they know my name but I don't know what their name is. And so then you're looking around trying to figure out if anybody can say their name, and if you hear it somewhere, and that way you can pretend that you didn't forget their name at all. I know that's one thing that I go through when I have a situation where I don't remember somebody's name and I'm just grasping at straws trying to figure out what it is. But yeah, so that's one thing I want to share with you guys is that what I do is I keep a diary of names. And then now in this book I'm reading with Mel Robbins, she talks about doing the exact same thing. So I ask you guys, do you have difficulty making friends as an adult? Well, if you do, you might want to give that a try. Just writing people's names down and then just taking the initiative and reaching out and talking to them. At first, some people might think you're nuts, but hey, some of what she says in the book is also something very interesting that I found is that some of your most favorite people in the world that you have. Let me rephrase that. One thing she says in the book is that some of the favorite people you have in this world are people you haven't even met yet. And I think that's really, really cool because it means that the future is there's so many possibilities in the future of interesting people that you're going to meet and possibly somebody who you'll find a lifelong connection with. And again, not everyone you meet in, the places that you go are going to be your best friend, or they might not amount to, any sort of long-term relationship. But hey, you know what? If you were a bright spot in somebody's day, even for a moment, by remembering their name and talking to them and just acknowledging them and making them feel like they mattered and they are recognized and seen, you're doing good work if you do that. Okay, guys? So yeah, if you can, give it a try. I'd love to hear from you guys about what kind of results you're having with that. Take care, guys. We'll see you in the next chapter, okay? My hands are frozen. Bye-bye.